what's going on? Facebook Live, it's Eric with the Orange Stack. We're out here in Oceanside in the harbor. Let's just do a quick pan and see where we are. We got the Oceanside sign in the background, the harbor over there. Got the campground parking lot over here, the jetty, the beach, some guy out here teaching surf lessons. It's a pretty quiet day today. Sand volleyball. Anyway, this is probably one of my most favorite spots in Oceanside. Oh, kick the camera here. Just because it's fun, it's a beautiful area, there's a lot going on. I love sailboats, I love the beach. It's just a fun place. So I try to ride my bike over here every Saturday, kind of mix it up between here and Del Mar. But the thing I want to talk about today, as the title shows, is Snapchat. So we do a lot of posting. You're good. We do a lot of Snapchat posting, right? So that's kind of where I do my daily vlog, if you will, my daily kind of journal. And I wanted to talk about Snapchat for business. So a lot of people have Snapchat, they know how to use Snapchat, but they're not sure how to use Snapchat with their business, and that's what we wanted to get into today. So the reason I chose Oceanside is this is actually probably one of my most viral spots. So every snap that I do, I share it with all my followers, and then I also hit the button below called Our Story, and it shares it with everybody who's public. So people anywhere in the world can go to this location and see all the snaps that have been posted. If you're here on a Saturday, there's hundreds of people here at the beach hanging out, and I think while they're sitting here at the beach, they're probably on Snapchat checking out things and going on. I've had normal videos throughout San Diego County average about 100 to 200 views. These are unique views, people that don't follow me natively. And I've had snap views in this area exceed 5,000 views from people that have never met me before. So if you, I'm not talking about going viral, I'm just talking about getting a lot of exposure to people that you've never met before for free, right? So you come here, you record a snap, you do your content, you share it with kind of the public story, and it allows everybody around here to see it for free, just because you're in an area that a lot of things are going on, a lot of people are checking things out. I think if you're in big places like the Las Vegas Strip or Times Square in New York, San Francisco, things like that, you're just organically going to get a lot of reach to people that you've never met before. So a couple tips on that is to put your snap code in those posts so that people can follow you if they want. All you have to do is take a screenshot of your image, and then they can actually follow you if they choose to. So if you're sharing engaging content that people want to know, you'll pick up a few followers that way. I would say every weekend we probably pick up 5 to 10 new followers just from me sharing my snap code with my stories. And it's just me and my life on a Saturday, right? It's me talking about what I'm doing, maybe a couple quick tips or thoughts. So if you're interested in following me on Snapchat, feel free to join along. That's what we're going to get in today, is really kind of how to use it. So how can you use it in your business? What are some of the benefits of it? And I wanted to start out by talking about a couple stats. So these stats were just released about 4 days ago from Snapchat. Really interesting stuff. So currently there's 300 million active Snapchatters. So it's still a small percentage of what's going on Facebook and Instagram and things like that. But 300 million active users is still a pretty huge amount of people. 18% of the US right now is on Snapchat. So that's pretty good to know. The rest of the world is catching up pretty quick too. There's actually 1 million snaps per day created throughout the world. So that's a lot of stories going on. Currently there's 10 billion views per day of video. 10 billion video views per day. That's a ton. The average person on Snapchat who actively uses their account opens their account 18 times per day. 18 times. So, they're on an average, it says about 40 minutes, but they're checking in, checking stories. If you're going into the public area, you can see there's a lot of other publications on there, different magazines that are putting their information out there. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied today. Anyway, a lot of stuff to share and engage on. So people are checking back oftenly, they're following their friends, they're seeing what's going on. And then the last stat is really crazy to me. 20,000 photos are shared on Snapchat every second. Every second, 20,000 photos. So not only is it a great video platform, but it is also an incredible photo sharing platform, just like Instagram and those kind of things. So there's a lot of cool filters to play with. It's a lot of fun. So let's get into how do you use it as a business. So 71% of the people on Snapchat are under the age of 35. So right there, you got to know your audience. You got to know who you're talking to. It's interesting if you talk to or look at the Snapchat advertising platform and how you can kind of designate who you want to advertise to. They break it down into small chunks. So there's like that 13 to 18-year-old crowd. Then there's like 18 to 20, 20 to 22, 22 to 25, and then it jumps up to 35, and then it's pretty much 35 and on. So they really know their demographic of a younger age of the people that are basically between 13 and 25, and then after that it's just open it up, advertise to everybody. So before you start sharing a message, you got to know who's on Snapchat. 35 and under, right? So what am I going to say to a 35 and under crowd? You got to know your business. If you're selling a product to somebody who's 50 plus, they're probably not going to be on Snapchat buying things. So right there, you got to know that that's your demographic. If that's your demographic, then probably go somewhere else like Facebook, because that's the ideal crowd for that. Snapchat is great for the young crowd. So you're seeing a lot of fun life experiences that are advertising on there. We're going to get a little bit into advertising, paid advertising, also how to use your Snapchat account naturally too and organically. So the first one is Geo Filter for events. So this is something that you're actually going to have to pay for. So you can create a Geo Filter around a building that you're in, around an area that you're in. I could create kind of a Snapchat filter around this area if I wanted to capture all the people's attention. This would actually be a great place because there's a ton of people here at a certain time on Saturdays. So I know if I'm going to advertise something like a restaurant or an event that's coming up in San Diego, this would be a great place to do it. You can also host them around, wedding events. If you want to do it like at a golf course or a church or things like that, you can make a filter for that event. So this is kind of more personal stuff. If you're going to be an agent and you're going to be holding an open house, you can actually have a filter around that open house that talks about you as your brand as an agent. And so anybody that's at that house, while they're checking Snapchat, they can see you, take a picture of the house, share it with their friends, things like that. So that's kind of cool. Maybe you want to do an office or a business filter. So every time somebody comes to your location, like Starbucks is huge on this, right? Every time you're near a Starbucks and you open up Snapchat, one of the filters at the bottom says Starbucks. So you can host yearly filters on a yearly basis. They give you a huge discount. It's like 10% of the cost. But I think to host a year-long filter for your location, if it's a small building, you're probably talking about $300 for the whole entire year to have your branding out there all the time. So very affordable if you have a lot of traffic coming to your spot. The next one, I want to talk about kind of treating Snapchat as a diary or a blog. So I was reading this article about how to engage with people on Snapchat, and it said treat it like a blog, right? So I'm going to share my thoughts in my life and what I do with the people that I know so that they can get to know me better, that I can kind of go back and record my history and what I do. And that's actually kind of how I use it. So every single day I record my content on there, and it ranges anywhere from maybe a minute to 10 minutes worth of content, and then I can actually download at the end of the day that content and kind of save it for later. So I can save it if I want to go back and watch it, but it's also a way for me to share what I'm doing in my business and my life with my friends and followers. If you've ever tried daily blogging, it gets challenging, right? You got to record the content on a camera, you got to download it, you got to edit it, you got to put your tweaks on it, you got to cut out the things that you don't want, and then you got to upload it back to YouTube if that's how you're going to do your daily vlog. A lot of people are getting into vlogging nowadays. It's very popular. You get a lot of followers. You can go viral really quick if you're interesting. You can get a lot of sponsors. You can make good money if you're a vlogger, but it's challenging. There's a big hurdle to kind of get into that sphere, whereas this is just hold that button and let go when you're done and it's posted, right? There's not a lot of setting up. There's not a lot of elements to it. It's just set it up and go, and you're good to go. So I would, if you want to get into kind of a daily blog, this is a great place to practice. It's a great place to just do it. If you make a fool of yourself, that video is gone in 24 hours. So you don't have to worry about it too much. It's not there for the world to see forever. So practice daily blogging on there. Some of the things that you can do with your daily blog is create behind the scenes kind of stuff, right? So let's say you're a real estate agent and you're talking about your listings, something coming soon. Maybe you go over there with the stager and you're talking about staging with a client and you're recording this. This is how we stage this home. This is how we're going to position the furniture to sell the house the best that we can. If you have a kitchen that's outdated, maybe you snap that kitchen and you talk about what you could do to that kitchen with a contractor or a kitchen designer. Jane, bring her up a lot in this show. Maybe you want to show the clients what's possible when somebody buys this house. So you're kind of pre-selling this house. Maybe you want to build up an event for an open house. So you have a lot of followers who are actively looking for homes. You want to bring up that open house. You can share that on Snapchat. We're going to have an open house on Saturday. Here's a quick preview of the house. Click, click, click. Do a couple 10-second shots to show them the highlights of the house and invite them down. That's a great opportunity. Maybe you want to give a quick tour of your office or your restaurant or your location, just to kind of give behind the scenes kind of stuff that's going on. Got a garbage truck blowing your mic a little loud. Try to talk a little closer to the camera. So just share behind the scenes kind of stuff, things that are going on in your life. Share what video can only bring to people's lives, right? So what am I not able to share through words? What am I not able to share through picture? share that content behind the scenes. There's a lot of cool stories about how behind the scenes stuff has engaged with a lot of clients on Snapchat. Touring open houses. So this is kind of a cool idea too. So let's say you're an agent working with a lot of buyers and they don't have time to go see every house in the market. As a real estate agent, hopefully you're out there seeing what's coming into the market and what's going on and what's fresh and new and coming soon. If you went around on a Friday and previewed all the new listings, because most people list their home on a Thursday, you could go through 5 or 10 houses, do a couple quick clicks of the kitchen, the view, the front, the neighborhood, things like that, share it with your clients. That would be a great way to engage with followers, potential buyers, right? So you're going to be kind of the forefront of coming soon to the market. People are probably going to see these posts and reach out to you and say, hey, I really like house number 2. How do I get in to see it? How do I find out more about it? They can swipe up to comment and talk to you directly. So that's pretty cool. Again, if you're back to my thousands of views in this location, if you're doing an open house or kind of a house tour and you share it publicly view, you can actually probably get a lot of free views just from sharing it that way. So let's say you're in a busy part area or busy part of town that people want to live in, and you're the first one to that house to preview it, you record it, you share it. People who are looking to buy a home in that area will know that you've seen it, know that you know about it. They'll reach out to you organically. I mean, you don't have to pay anything to get this video out to people, and people can find you organically, naturally. So go out, post it, share it with everybody so that they can see it, and you're going to get a lot of reach that way. That's really cool. Like I was saying before too, you may reach 3,000 to 5,000 people for free. So it won't hurt. Just hold out your camera and do it while you're there. Okay, almost wrapped it up. This is tip number 4. Update clients, right? So talk about the purchase. Like, there's a lot of people who sell products where the purchase can take a week to a month, maybe a little bit longer. Here comes the garbage truck again. Your clients are going to want to know what's going on along the way. If it's day 2 of the sale process, if it's day 30 of the sale process, they want to know what's going on. They want to be updated. They probably are going to call you often to get updates. Maybe they're going to email you. Maybe you spend 20 minutes a week trying to update them on what's going on. What if you just recorded a quick snap on here and just say, hey guys, I'm just letting you know your loan's about to fund, or hey, they're just about to ship your car that you ordered if you're a car dealer, or can't think of any other products right now. Basically, it's coming, this is what's going on, I just want to send you this quick video of here it is, here's a quick update, and you can send that message directly to them on Snapchat. So that's a really cool idea. I like updating the clients through video just because it keeps them engaged, it reminds them who you are. It's a great way to ask, I hope you're enjoying this process. Who do you know that could benefit from the services that I provide? So again, reach out for that referral. You got an awesome opportunity right there. Then the last one, interviewing. So if you're in the process of hiring for a job, I told this story a little while ago. McDonald's hired 250,000 people through Snapchat this year. So maybe you're not looking to hire 250,000 people, but maybe you are looking for a talented, outgoing person who's gonna have to do something unique. Maybe you want an assistant. Maybe you want someone to help with your social media needs. Maybe you want a blogger, somebody who's gonna be able to put themselves out there. Ask them to interview for the job in Snapchat. So basically you put this message out on your website or wherever you are and say, send me a snap that tells me why I should interview you for the job, right? So they are at their moment, they have 10 seconds to shine, they share this message with you and hope that they get an interview. So that way, you get the video, you only get to see it once, and if you actually hold it again, you get a replay of twice. So you gotta take notes, gotta look at the video, but that's a great way to see who people are, right? You're seeing who I am naturally, you're seeing that I wear t-shirts on Friday, that I live near the beach, who I am, you get to know me. So that's kind of a fun way. Try it out. The next time you're gonna interview somebody, consider interviewing through Snap and just see how the reaction is. I haven't tried it yet. We haven't hired anybody through Snapchat yet, but it's something that I'm gonna try on our next interview process. So kind of breaking it up. Anyway, hope these 5 tips help you in your business. I know there's dozens of other ways you can use Snapchat in your business. I just wanted to give you kind of a few relevant ways that hopefully help you. So hope your Fridays are going awesome. Thank you for tuning in. We do this every Friday at 10 o'clock. Today I was a couple minutes late, but we are on here. Again, we share this with our newsletter, so if you want to watch the whole thing, if you haven't seen it already, check out our newsletter coming soon to you, and I appreciate the followers. This is Eric with the Orange Stack. Hoping your week's going great. I'll talk to you soon.